Psalm. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. When your spirit aches in ways you can't explain, when sorrow lingers like a shadow, God does not look away. His nearness is not cold or clinical. It is tender, full of knowing. He does not rush your mending. He binds you up gently, piece by piece. Psalm 9. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Let this image rest upon you, not exposed, not forgotten, but sheltered beneath wings strong enough to guard and soft enough to comfort. In that sacred covering, fear must quiet and rest begins. Psalm 30. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Every tear tonight is holy, not wasted. Though pain feels endless in the dark, the light is already stirring. God does not let sorrow stay unchallenged. He brings dawn, and with it, laughter reborn. Psalms. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Sometimes, peace is found not in the answer, but in the waiting itself. When the soul learns to stop striving, to rest in trust, salvation begins to rise, not just from trouble, but from within. Psalm 20. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Behind you walks the kindness of God, not condemnation. Mercy trails your steps, even when you falter. And wherever you go, even here, even now, he comes with healing in his presence. Psalm 8. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. You do not need to earn his favor through perfection. God delights in giving, not withholding. And if you felt delayed or denied, know this: his timing is not a punishment, but a preparation. Psalm. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. What feels unfinished in your life is not forgotten in heaven. The author of your story does not leave chapters incomplete. He will complete what he began, with excellence shaped by love. Psalm. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Tonight is not a deadline. You are allowed to slow your breath and release the grip. Resting is not failure. It is trust in motion, proof that you believe God is still working, even when you sleep. Psalm. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Let peace be your pillow. Let his promise be the blanket that holds you. You are safe, not because life is easy, but because God is near. There is nothing you must fix before you rest. Psalm 1. He sent his word and healed them. Healing doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it comes through scripture spoken over silence, like medicine soaked into the soul. His word goes where no hand can reach, into memory, muscle, and marrow. Psalm. Even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. Even there in the worry you can't name, in the pain you've hidden, in the grief you carry quietly, God is, and not just present, but holding you with a strength that never lets go. Psalm 1. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. If today brought you low, you are in holy company. He bends to the fallen, lifts them with gentleness, and never scorns the soul who's too tired to stand alone. Psalm 9. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Let even your silence tonight be a prayer. The meditation of your heart, whether groaning or grateful, is already reaching God. He listens beyond language. Psalm. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. You are not far from help. You are surrounded by it. His presence is not delayed. It is immediate, wrapped around you now, like a cloak, quiet but powerful. Psalm. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. He draws close when your strength fades. He does not wait until you've healed to be near. It is in your breaking that his comfort becomes most intimate, most real. Psalm I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. You've never had a burden that slipped past his gaze. He has taken inventory of your pain, and in his mercy, he doesn't leave you to carry it alone. Psalm 1 The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil, he shall preserve thy soul. Your protection isn't always visible, but it is constant. Not just your path, but your soul, your very being, is watched over with divine devotion. Psalm 60 Because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. When memory reminds you how often he's come through, gratitude softens the weary heart. Rejoicing doesn't mean shouting, it means breathing in his goodness again. Psalm The Lord lifteth up the meek, he casteth the wicked down to the ground. The quiet soul, the overlooked one, he sees you. He raises what others forget, and to the bent and burdened, he gives honor no man can steal. Psalm For with thee is the fountain of life, in thy light shall we see light. Life flows from his nearness. Even when darkness clouds your path, his presence reveals direction. In his light, clarity comes, not always all at once, but enough for the next step. Psalm I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. The act of seeking is sacred. Even before the fear lifts, even while trembling, he hears you, and that hearing itself begins the deliverance. Psalm There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. These are not just words, but shields. God's promises form invisible walls around you, protection not from discomfort, but from destruction. Psalm 2 For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. God hides you, not to forsake you, but to heal you. In his secret place, worry cannot touch, and fear loses its grip. He pulls you close to protect, not to punish. Psalm 1 I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Look up, because help is higher than your circumstance. Hope does not rise from the ground, it descends from heaven. Your help is not coming, it's already on the way. Psalm 1 In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul. God's answers are not always what we expect, but they always strengthen. He hears the first cry, and the ones that follow in silence. Psalm 7 My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. You were never meant to carry it all. When your body is tired, and your emotions weak, God becomes the pulse within you. Steady, strong, enough. Psalm 60 O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. When the world feels dry and empty, your thirst leads you home. Seeking him isn't weakness, it is wisdom. For he alone fills the hollow places. Psalm 1 Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. You are not deceived by God. You are precious to him. He guards you like the most delicate part of vision, shielding you beneath love's shadow. Psalm 4 He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. He lifts not just the situation, but the soul, from despair, from shame, from helplessness. He raises you, plants you, steadies your step again. Psalm 1 This is my comfort and my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. When nothing else speaks life, his word still breathes. Let it rise within you now, a spark in the night, a quiet resurrection from sorrow. Psalm 1 The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. There is no distance between your voice and his presence. Every whisper of need, every breath of longing, it draws him closer still. In calling out, you are never calling into emptiness. but into the arms of a listening God. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. When the world becomes too much, God becomes enough. You are allowed to retreat, not in fear, but in safety. He wraps himself around you, not to isolate you, but to protect what's precious. Psalm 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. When life crushes and crowds your soul, God remains the one place that does not collapse. His refuge is not far off. It is immediate, real, and deeply personal. Psalm 7. Thou, which hast showed me great and sore troubles, shalt quicken me again. What you've walked through was not wasted. Even the deepest pain will not be the final chapter. God is not done. He is a God of again, and He will revive what felt forever lost. Psalm. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. The weight you carry is not invisible to heaven, and you were never asked to carry it alone. When you release what breaks you into His hands, He does more than lift it. He strengthens you to rise again. Psalm. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. Even in your lowest, most shadowed places, He sees, not with judgment, but with compassion. What you thought was hidden pain, He's already healing in secret. Psalm 3. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Waiting is not weakness, it is faith breathing. God doesn't delay to punish. He waits with you, surrounding your vulnerability with divine protection. Psalm. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Fear often arrives uninvited, but so does light, and light is stronger. When God is your source, even the unknown cannot control you. His presence removes the shadows. Psalm 7. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. No matter how far your heart wandered, the nevertheless remains. God stays, even through doubts, exhaustion, or frustration. He walks with you, not behind you. Psalm 8. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. There is comfort in knowing that your cry does not return empty. God does not silence those who suffer. He listens, not passively, but with intent to answer. Psalm 9. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When anxiety runs wild, and your thoughts churn like waves, His comfort comes quietly, gently, like a warm light breaking through clouds. His presence stills the chaos within. Psalm. Be of good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart. Courage does not mean you don't feel fear, it means you rise anyway. And when your courage wears thin, His strength becomes your breath, your step, your lifeline. Psalm 30. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with His hand. God does not condemn your fall, He prepares your rising. In His grip, failure becomes a holy pause, not a dead end. Psalm. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Your pursuit of Him is not in vain. Every step toward God is a step into fullness. He is not withholding from you. He is preparing something that lasts. Psalm 20. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The ache of loneliness, the weight of sorrow, it is not dismissed by heaven. God turns His face toward you with mercy, not as a judge, but as a father. Psalm 2. Now know I that the Lord saveth His anointed. What God has marked, He will protect, and what He protects, He will deliver. You are not overlooked. You are divinely remembered, shielded with purpose. Psalms. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. When nothing around you feels stable, lift your eyes. There is a place higher than your fear, stronger than your storm, and that place is the presence of God. Psalm 11. Thou art my hiding place, and my shield. I hope in thy word. His word is not simply read. It is lived, leaned on, trusted. It covers you like armor and surrounds you like silence. It is where you find hope when your own feels gone. Psalm 4. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me. God does not ignore the waiting heart. He bends down. He listens. He moves with compassion toward those who choose to trust even when nothing changes. Psalm 4. The Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me. There is no hour where you are without love. Whether the sun warms your back or the night wraps you in quiet, he is singing over you. Psalm. Trust in the Lord, and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land. Even while you wait, live. Even while you hope, love. Trust is not passive, it walks. It chooses goodness even when it aches. Psalm. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and the lifter up of mine head. When shame makes you hang your head, God becomes the one to gently lift your chin. His shield doesn't just protect, it restores dignity. Psalm. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. He watches you, not to catch your failures, but to affirm your worth. His gaze is not one of disappointment, it is steady love. Psalm 1. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me. Your voice never falls into silence. It enters heaven, it touches the heart of God. And though the answer may not come how you imagined, it always comes. Psalm. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. There is a holy surrender that brings peace. When you let go, not in defeat, but in trust, you fall into hands that have never dropped you. Psalms. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. God does not allow trial without transformation. The fire refines, the water cleanses, and the end, a place more spacious than you dared to imagine. Psalm 5. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous with favor, wilt thou compass him. You are surrounded, not by fear, but by favor. His goodness wraps around you like a circle, unbreakable, unshakable. Psalms. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. You don't need to knock, his presence is your home. Come back to him again and again. There is always room. There is always light. Psalm. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. When your heart feels heavy, turn to his truth. It doesn't just inform, it lifts, it sings, it brings joy to what felt numb. Psalm 8. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Even when your fire burns low, God does not leave you in the shadows. He comes close, lights the wick again, and teaches you to see in the dark. Psalms. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. When life feels like shifting ground beneath your feet, the nearness of God is your steadiness. He is beside you, not as a distant promise, but as a present anchor. Psalm. For thou, Lord, art good, and ready to forgive. His forgiveness isn't reluctant, it's ready. He doesn't hesitate to show mercy. Even when you feel undeserving, his goodness flows first, without delay. Psalm. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope thou in God. Speak kindly to yourself. Remind your soul where hope lives, even in deep discouragement. Hope is not far. It is found in remembering the goodness of the one who holds you. Psalm 30. I will sing unto the Lord, because he hath dealt bountifully with me. Sometimes the heart remembers a song even when the mind forgets. Recall the times he showed up, the quiet mercies, the unexpected grace, and let gratitude rise. Psalm 8. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion. There's no emptiness in God's mercy, only fullness. He does not run dry. He pours comfort endlessly, especially when your heart cannot carry itself. Psalm. The Lord is my rock, and my fortress, and my deliverer. You are not unguarded. Around your soul are divine walls of safety. He is your firm place in a world that shifts. He is your shelter in every storm. Psalms. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Your voice joins the voices of generations. Across time and suffering, his ears have never closed. Yours is not the first cry, and it will never go unheard. Psalms. In thee, O Lord, do I put my trust. Let me never be put to confusion. In confusion's chaos, trust is a still place. God does not ask you to understand. He asks you to lean, to rest, to believe. He holds the end from the beginning. Psalm. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. God's mercy is drawn to your hope, even when fragile. You don't need boldness to receive, just a flicker of trust. That's all heaven needs to respond. Psalm. In the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee, and will look up. Begin with him. Before the weight of the world presses in, let your eyes lift. Prayer doesn't change him, it changes your posture toward peace. Psalm. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. You don't have to defend yourself from life's harshness. You are covered. When critics rise or trials multiply, God himself becomes your shield. Psalms. The Lord hath heard my supplication. The Lord will receive my prayer. You are not ignored. The quietest, weakest whisper still stirs heaven. Your prayer is not lost in the wind. It is received, held, and answered in time. Psalm 8. My soul longeth, yea, even fainteth for the courts of the Lord. There's a hunger in you that nothing else can satisfy, not success, not approval, only his presence quenches that deep thirst for belonging and meaning. Psalm 6. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits. God's care is not seasonal. Every day he brings something new. Provision, protection, peace. His blessings are not stored away, they're poured out, always fresh. Psalm 1:8. The Lord is my strength and song, and has become my salvation. When your energy is spent, he becomes your power. When your voice trembles, he becomes your song. When you reach the end, he becomes your beginning again. Psalm 3. Lord, all my desire is before thee, and my groaning is not hid from thee. Even the prayers you don't say out loud, the aches, the fears, the half-formed thoughts, he sees them all. He interprets your silence as clearly as your speech. Psalm 5. Call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver thee. You don't have to fix it all before turning to him. He invites you to call when it's messy, when it's broken. That call is not weakness, it's surrender, and it brings rescue. Psalm 30. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Grief doesn't last forever. One day, God will touch the sorrow so deeply that it transforms, and where tears once fell, joy will begin to move again, freely, beautifully. Psalm 3. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. God is not improvising your life. He's already stored up goodness ahead of you, blessings assigned to the right time, the right place, the right heart. Psalm 2. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. Waiting isn't a pause, it's preparation. Courage in waiting isn't loud, it's quiet, persistence. The decision to trust even when you cannot trace. Psalm 63. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. His love outlasts your emotions. When life changes, when everything you built shifts, his kindness remains, the most dependable thing you'll ever know. Psalm 9. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. You don't visit safety, you live in it. The secret place is not far, it's within, where your spirit meets His. And there, nothing can harm you. Psalm 1. The Lord is good to all, and His tender mercies are over all His works. Even when life feels unfair, His goodness continues. It weaves itself through your days, like unseen thread, holding everything together with love. Psalm 1. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. Ask God for this, not a perfect day but an anchored one. Let His voice be your first sound, His love your first touch. That's how peace takes root. Psalms. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer. He hasn't looked away. He hasn't ignored you. Every time you spoke, even if only in thought, He turned toward you, attentive and tender. Psalm 1:9. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. God's word becomes a soft armor. It guards your peace, not by making life easier, but by making your heart steadier. Even offense loses its grip. Psalm 2. Lord, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. He listens to the heart, bowed low, not the proud voice, but the surrendered one. And what He hears, He answers with a love that never fails. Psalm 2. Shew me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy paths. You don't have to figure everything out. Just ask Him to lead. His ways are not hidden. They're revealed in stillness, in trust, in the next faithful step. Psalm 7. Thou shalt increase my greatness and comfort me on every side. His comfort is not partial. It doesn't heal one area and ignore the others. He surrounds you. Where you feel empty, He fills. Where you feel exposed, He covered. Psalm 1. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. God's hand is never clenched in selfishness. It is open giving, generous, full, and what you hunger for in your soul, He alone can satisfy. Psalm 4. What time I am afraid, I will trust in Thee. Fear does not disqualify you from faith. It simply creates the space where faith is most needed. And when you place your trembling hand in His steady one, you will find strength and surrender. Psalm 4. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for Thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Rest is not just physical, it is spiritual. To sleep without fear is to trust in a protection that does not sleep, a God who stands guard over your most vulnerable moments. Psalm 3. The righteous cry, and the Lord heareth. Even when words fail, the sound of your ache reaches heaven. He hears not just your voice, but the cry beneath it, the one no one else can understand. Psalm 1. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. You are fully surrounded, past, present, and future. His hand has written your story in mercy, and holds it now in love. Psalm 2. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in Him, and I am helped. Help doesn't always arrive as you expected, but it always comes. Trust becomes your pathway to strength, your shield against despair. Psalm 6. For Thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. There are places in God that life cannot reach. High places, strong towers built for your spirit to breathe again when everything else threatens to break you. Psalm 4. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down. If you've stumbled, if you're heavy with defeat, know this: He does not step over the fallen. He lifts, He restores, He gives back what shame tries to steal. Psalm 4. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. Even when you feel stuck, even when the mud is thick and deep, God reaches in. He doesn't wait for you to climb out. He brings you up with love and places your feet on new ground. Psalm 3. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. Every morning is proof of his sustaining hand. Sleep is not just routine, it is grace. Awakening is not luck, it is love. Psalms, by thee have I been holden up from the womb. Your life has never been random. From your first breath to this very moment, he has held you. You may have forgotten, but he has never let go. Psalm, commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. You don't have to force outcomes. Release your plans into his hands, and watch how he weaves something greater than your striving ever could. Psalm, all the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth, even the hard roads, even the delayed ones. If he leads, it is always through mercy, always in truth. Trust the path, even when it twists through shadows. Psalm, a broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Your brokenness is not rejected in heaven. It is received, cradled, and healed. God never turns from the heart that turns toward him, no matter how fractured. Psalms, trust in him at all times. Pour out your heart before him. There is no wrong time to cry out, no wrong moment to confess, to weep, to exhale the pain you've buried. God invites your whole heart, not just the polished parts. Psalm, he healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. Pain doesn't scare him. He steps into your bleeding places with hands ready to heal. He doesn't rush. He tends. He restores. Psalm 8, blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Lord, in the light of thy countenance. When you learn to listen for his voice, even in sorrow, you begin to walk, not by sight, but by the warmth of his light upon you. Psalm, when my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. God becomes the place where rejection ends, where abandonment is undone, where love is never withheld, never revoked. Psalm 1, because he hath inclined his ear unto me, therefore will I call upon him, as long as I live. He listens with care, and because he bends down to hear, you can live with confidence that your voice matters forever. Psalm 30, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Night may be long, and tears may flow unchecked, but joy always returns. Not as a visitor, but as a companion, ushered in by divine mercy. Psalm 8, I will hear what God the Lord will speak, for he will speak peace. His words do not bring panic. His voice does not stir fear. When God speaks, peace follows. Lean in, listen, let his stillness become your rest. Psalm 1, as for God, his way is perfect, even when it feels unclear. His way never fails. His timing, his leading, his hidden work, it all flows in perfection. You are not lost, you are led. Psalm 9, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. This is not poetic language, it is a promise. You are not alone in the cold of life. His wings wrap you in unseen warmth, holy shelter. Psalm 20, the Lord will bless his people with peace. His blessing is not just things, it is serenity, confidence, deep-rooted calm that circumstances cannot destroy. Peace is the mark of his presence. Psalms, hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. God doesn't need perfection. He responds to need. He is not overwhelmed by your desperation. He draws near to every honest cry and gives ear to your hidden pain. Psalm, I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. God has not ignored your affliction. He has studied it, seen it, known it, and responded in mercy that covers every detail. Psalm 7, thou art the God that does wonders. He has not stopped working miracles. If you cannot see one now, hold fast. He moves in silence, in stillness, in places your eyes have not yet reached. Psalm. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. Your status, your strength, your achievements, they don't determine your worth in prayer. What moves God is need. What stirs heaven is honesty. Psalm. The Lord is faithful to all his promises. Even when time stretches thin, even when delay feels like denial, he remains faithful. Not one promise will fall to the ground. Psalm. Oh, send out thy light and thy truth. Let them lead me. When clarity fades and you don't know the next step, ask for light. God's light doesn't just expose, it guides. His truth doesn't just reveal, it frees. Psalm. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God. Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. His kindness is not soft, it is strong, it is a refuge. It is what teaches the heart to trust again. Psalm. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. You are not wandering aimlessly. Even the detours, the delays, the waiting, all of it is guided. There is a divine path under your feet, one step at a time. Psalm 1. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. His compassion is not cold or distant, it is intimate. He knows your frame, your weakness, your unspoken fears, and still he loves you tenderly. Psalm 9. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Not all battles are external. Some are fought in silence, in the quiet places of thought and intention. God sees it all and delights when your heart leans toward him. Psalm. O satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Begin your days with his mercy, and you will end them in peace. His kindness in the morning shapes the rhythm of your soul. Psalm. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. Don't look down in despair. Lift your eyes. Help is not coming from people or places, but from heaven itself. Your rescue does not rise from the earth, it descends from above. Psalm. Thou art my hiding place, thou shalt preserve me from trouble. When the world becomes too loud, his presence becomes your silence. When threats surround you, he hides you in himself, safe, unseen, loved. Psalm 7. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. You may run out of strength, but he never does. And when your own heart falters, his becomes your heartbeat, steady and unfailing. Psalm 3. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me. Strength does not always arrive before the storm. Sometimes it comes in the middle of your cry, hidden inside your surrender. Psalm 9. The heavens declare the glory of God. Every sunrise, every star, every breath of wind preaches a silent sermon. God is near. Look up. Let creation remind you that the one who formed the skies is watching over you. Psalm 9. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, even the night shall be light about me. There is no night too thick for God to see through. His light does not fear your shadows. Even your darkness glows in his sight. Psalm 8. In the day of my trouble, I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. Trouble does not silence heaven, it summons it. Every call you send into the dark is heard by the one who governs light. Psalm. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's trusting in the middle of it. And when you show up in faith, even trembling, God meets you with strength. Psalm 9. In the multitude of my thoughts, within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When your mind is noisy, his comfort becomes music. His spirit gently calms the spinning wheels within, replacing overthinking with quiet assurance. Psalm. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. Don't carry what you were never meant to hold. Put it in his hands and walk lighter. He doesn't just remove burdens, he walks with you through them. Psalm: to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night. Begin and end in him. Let his love frame your days like bookends of grace, welcoming peace in the morning and rest at night. Psalm 7: keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings. You are not overlooked. In God's gaze, you are precious. He shields what he cherishes. You are wrapped in a protection the world cannot touch. Psalms: when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. There's a higher place, a refuge above the flood of emotion, beyond confusion. Ask him to lead you there. You were not made to drown. Psalm 1:0. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face evermore. Strength is not found in trying harder, but in drawing closer. Don't just seek what he can do, seek who he is. His face is the source of peace. Psalm 9. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. You don't have to force perfection. What concerns you concerns him. His timing is precise, his hand intentional. He finishes what he begins. Psalm 4. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness is not weakness. It's the sacred place where knowing begins, where striving ends, and trust takes over. Let stillness become your holy posture. Psalm 20. Oh, keep my soul and deliver me. You are not abandoned to your own survival. Your soul is guarded by a God who delivers not just once, but again and again, faithfully and gently. Psalm: he will regard the prayer of the destitute and not despise their prayer. Prayers offered from low places rise high in heaven. God is drawn to the ones the world overlooks. To him, they are most precious. Psalm 11. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. When accusation, confusion, or fear rush in, God becomes your cover. Not just a hiding place, but a defender. You are not alone in the fight. Psalm: I sought the Lord, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. When you seek him, he listens. When you fear, he moves. Deliverance doesn't always come with lightning, but it always comes. Psalm 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Don't let today's trouble erase yesterday's miracles. Remind your soul, remember his kindness. Speak blessing even when it hurts. Psalm 7. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. Make your home in him, not your occasional stop, but your dwelling place. In him, you will never be without refuge. Psalm 9. They that know thy name will put their trust in thee. Knowing his name means knowing his nature. And when you know who he is, trust becomes your natural response, not forced but flowing. Psalm 3. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Don't just hear about him, experience him. Let his goodness become more than theory. Let it become testimony, personal and alive. Psalms: Thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. After the fire, after the pressure, after the flood, God brings you into something spacious. A place not of riches, but of freedom, peace. Psalm 11. I called upon the Lord in distress. The Lord answered me and set me in a large place. He doesn't just answer with escape, he answers with expansion. You won't stay confined. God leads you out and into more. Psalm 80. For the Lord God is a sun and shield. In seasons where clarity fades and danger creeps in, he becomes both illumination and protection, guiding your path while shielding you from what your eyes cannot yet see. Psalm 9. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. There is a hidden place in God, where storms lose their voice and chaos cannot enter. Dwell there, and fear will not own you. Psalm. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away, and be at rest. When the weight is too much, and the noise too loud, your soul longs to flee, but even if your body stays, God gives rest to the spirit. Psalm. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. God does not stand back from your pain, He draws closer. The shattered pieces of your heart are sacred to Him, and He gathers them gently in love. Psalm 1. Teach me to do Thy will, for Thou art my God. Sometimes peace comes not from understanding, but from surrendering, saying, lead me, and trusting He knows the way, even when you don't. Psalm 4. I waited patiently for the Lord, and He inclined unto me. Waiting can feel like silence, but in truth, God bends down to hear you. His response is never too early, and never too late. Psalm 8. For Thou, Lord, art good, and ready to forgive. His goodness is not just holy, it is personal. It runs toward your weakness, not away from it. His mercy is not earned. It's Psalm 60. O God, Thou art my God, early will I seek Thee. In the quiet of dawn, when the world has not yet spoken, the soul learns again to thirst for what truly satisfies, and God meets you there with living water. Psalm 2. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Valleys are not endings, they are passages, and in the shadow there is a shepherd who stays, who leads, who comforts without leaving. Psalm 1. Great peace have they which love Thy law. When your mind is anchored in His truth, storms lose their grip. Peace grows where the heart is rooted in what will never fail. Psalm 3. Let Thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in Thee. Mercy rises to meet hope. When you dare to believe again, even in weakness, His mercy answers like a tide of healing. Psalm 2. For Thy loving kindness is before mine eyes. Keep your gaze on His love. It will guide your steps better than fear ever could. What you behold, you become. Psalms. Thou crownest the year with Thy goodness. Even the hard years, even the ones filled with loss, God still weaves them in goodness. His fingerprints remain on every page of your story. Psalms. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. Stillness does not mean emptiness. When you wait on God, you're not wasting time, you're being filled in ways the world cannot provide. Psalm 7. Thou, which hast showed me great and sore troubles, shalt quicken me again. God does not leave you in the land of sorrow. He resurrects what pain tried to bury. New life is promised, even after great loss. Psalm 2. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Fear fades in the face of light, and when God is the one holding the lamp, no darkness can swallow you. Psalm 1. This is my comfort in my affliction, for Thy word hath quickened me. When nothing else helps, His word breathes life into the heart. It doesn't just inform, it revives. Psalm 4. For with Thee is the fountain of life. In Thy light shall we see light. True clarity comes not from intellect, but from intimacy. The closer you draw to Him, the more the path ahead begins to glow. Psalm 1. The Lord is good to all, and His tender mercies are over all His works. His mercy is not reserved for the worthy. It pours like morning rain on all who lift their face to receive. Psalm. Lord, Thou hast heard the desire of the humble. God listens to desire, not just words. The deepest groans of your heart reach Him even when you don't know how to speak them aloud. Psalm. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn Thy statutes. Pain teaches what prosperity cannot. Through affliction, you discover the depths of His truth and the richness of His nearness. Psalm 6. Because Thou hast been my help, Therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. Gratitude grows in remembrance. Let memory become your sanctuary. Look back and see where he never left you. Psalm 1. I wait for the Lord. My soul doth wait, and in his word do I hope. Hope anchored in his word does not drift. It steadies your soul in the middle of unanswered prayer. Psalm 1. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him in truth. You don't need eloquence to reach God, only honesty. A whispered prayer from a trembling heart opens heaven. Psalm 3. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Rest is a holy act of faith. While you wait, let him be your peace, not just your provider. The answer will come, but first, let peace settle in. Psalm 1. Thou shalt arise, and have mercy upon Zion. For the time to favor her, yea, the set time, is come. God has appointments written in grace. When your time comes, nothing can hold back his favor. Psalm 5. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous, with favor wilt thou compass him. His favor doesn't just visit, it surrounds. You are wrapped in the kindness of a God who walks before and behind you. Psalm 8. Turn us again, O God, and cause thy face to shine. Sometimes you don't need more strength. You need more light. Let his face restore you. Let his shine revive what faded. Psalm 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, to the crushed, the cornered, the forgotten. God becomes shelter. You don't have to fight to be seen. He already sees you. Psalm 1. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. When nothing makes sense, when the heart feels raw, kindness becomes a lifeline. And God offers it freely, faithfully. All. Psalm 1. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. He doesn't discard the broken, he lifts them. When your spirit stumbles or your strength collapses, his hand is already reaching down with grace. Psalm 20. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. The waiting season is not empty. It's a sacred chamber where courage is rebuilt and hearts are made whole again. Psalm 1. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice and my supplications. Every whispered prayer is treasured. Not one word falls to the ground. His love listens deeply and responds gently. Psalm 3. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, thou wilt revive me. Trouble may surround, but it cannot consume. In the heat of pressure, God breathes life again, revival from the inside out. Psalm 3. For the word of the Lord is right, and all his works are done in truth. His promises are not fragile. They are forged in faithfulness. Trust what he speaks, even when nothing around you looks certain. Psalm 9. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. The safest place is not escape, it's under his presence. There, you are not only hidden, you are healed. Psalm 7. But it is good for me to draw near to God. Nearness is not a reward, it's the remedy. Draw close, not because you are worthy, but because he welcomes you still. Psalm 1. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. God does not rush your healing. He tends to your wounds like a careful physician, wrapping every ache with his peace. Psalm 3. Commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. There is power in release. When you hand him the roadmap, he writes a better ending, one with purpose and peace. Psalm 4. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. He is not far away in crisis. He is closer than fear, louder than chaos, and more constant than confusion. Psalm 1. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning. The first voice your soul needs is not your own, it's his. Let his kindness set the tone for your thoughts before the world does. Psalm 3. My times are in thy hand. You are not running out of time. You are moving in sync with divine timing. Every delay is a design. Every season, a sacred Psalm 1. For as the heaven is high above the earth, so great is his mercy. His mercy stretches far beyond your failures. You cannot exhaust it. It is higher, deeper, and longer than shame. Psalm. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Even what forms against you cannot prevail. He sees the hidden dangers, and he guards your soul while you sleep and when you rise. Psalm 1. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness.
Where confusion tried to settle, God brings clarity. His light starts small, like a candle, and grows with your trust.
Psalm 60. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. When you taste his love, life itself begins to pale. Worship becomes the natural language of a soul that has seen his face. Psalm 1. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished. Scripture doesn't just teach, it sustains. When all else slips away, his word becomes the anchor. Psalm. But the salvation of the righteous is of the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. You don't have to save yourself. He is both your strength and your Savior. Psalm. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Pain is never the end of the story. God writes mornings after every long night. Hold on, the light is near. Psalm 1. Who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness. He not only saves you, he adorns you. His love does not merely lift, it restores your royalty. Psalm 9. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Even when you feel yourself falling, his mercy steps in like a net, silent, strong, and sure. Psalm. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. God doesn't promise the absence of shaking, but he guarantees you won't fall apart. His foundation holds, even when the world does. Psalm. Trust in the Lord, and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land. Goodness doesn't disappear in hard seasons. Keep sowing kindness, and you'll dwell in harvest soon. Psalm 1. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. You do not have to beg for sustenance. God opens his hand, not his fist. He feeds desires with abundance. Psalm 2. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Help doesn't always look like rescue. It often feels like resilience. He strengthens you to stand in what you once feared. Psalm. My soul longeth for the courts of the Lord. There is a longing only God can fill. No person, no possession, no earthly moment can quench what was made to dwell in him. Psalm. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. Rest is not just physical, it's spiritual. When God guards your night, your soul sleeps in safety. Psalms. For the Lord heareth the poor, and despiseth not his prisoners. Your lack is not shameful to him. Your captivity does not repel him. He hears, sees, and moves with compassion. Psalm. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. Peace is not found in good news, but in a good God. Even when news shakes the world, the righteous stand firm in trust. Psalm 11. Order my steps in thy word. Let your movement be guided by truth, not pressure. When God leads, every step becomes sacred. Psalm 3. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. Fear may come in waves, but when you seek him, he meets you in the storm, not to scold your fear, but to still it. Psalm 1. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him. God's compassion is not distant, it's paternal, tender, and strong. He knows how fragile you feel, and he holds you with unmatched care. Psalm 3. In the day when I cried, Thou answerest me, and strengthenest me with strength in my soul. The cry may leave your lips in weakness, but his response always carries strength, quiet, internal, everlasting. Psalm 8. But thou, O Lord, art a God full of compassion and gracious. His mercy does not run dry. He doesn't hold your past against you. He runs toward you with open arms and endless patience. Psalm 4. The eyes of all wait upon thee, and thou givest them their meat in due season. You do not need to rush divine timing. In his season, he feeds you what is right, what is ready, what will not burden but bless. Psalm 60. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches, in the silence of night, when thoughts become loud, you are invited to rest in remembrance, not of worry, but of his faithfulness. Psalm 4. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay. You don't climb out of despair alone. He reaches down into the dark and places your feet upon solid rock. Psalm 6. Thou wilt show me the path of life. Even when you don't see the full road ahead, he shows you just enough for the next step. And with each step, peace grows. Psalm 4. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. In God, hiding is not escape. It is healing. It is shelter, not shame. He covers you until you can stand again. Psalm 11. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. You may not see far ahead, but you are not walking blind. His word keeps your soul from stumbling in the dark. Psalm 9. In the multitude of my thoughts, within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When the mind becomes noisy and tangled, his comfort doesn't just quiet, it brings delight, beauty and breath. Psalm 4. Why art thou cast down, O my soul, and why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God. Even in sadness, the soul can speak to itself, reminding pain that hope still lives. Psalm 7. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. When the world grows cold, he remains your dwelling. Not a visit, but a home. Not a moment, but a refuge always open. Psalm. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the presence of God within it, and that presence strengthens what fear weakens. Psalm 1. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. His presence is both shelter and defense. You don't just hide, you heal and rise protected by truth. Psalm. Blessed is the man whose strength is in thee. You do not need to be enough on your own. Blessing flows when strength is borrowed from him, when grace becomes your engine. Psalm. A broken and a contrite heart, O God, thou wilt not despise. Bring your sorrow, bring your regret. He never turns away a heart bowed low. It is the very offering he cherisheth. Psalm 8. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me? With God beside you, no threat can truly undo you. His presence outweighs every earthly opposition. Psalm. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Stillness is his gift. He makes you lie down not to stop you, but to restore you. Psalm 30. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. God does not just dry your tears, he transforms the pain. Where sorrow once sat, joy will soon sing. Psalm 1. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me, because he delighted in me. You are not rescued because you're perfect, but because you are precious to him. He delights in you. Psalm 6. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. When you've run out of options, there is still a rock above the flood. He will carry you higher than your despair. Psalm 3. How excellent is thy loving kindness, O God! Therefore the children of men put their trust under the shadow of thy wings. His love becomes a roof for the weary, a shield for those with nowhere else to turn. Psalm 6. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits. His goodness is not once in a while, it is daily. He delivers joy in quiet ways that accumulate like dew. Psalm. The Lord taketh pleasure in them that fear him, in those that hope in his mercy. God rejoices over those who hope, not in their ability, but in his kindness. That hope is worship. Psalm 20. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. In the isolation of sorrow, God's face turns toward you. You are never abandoned in your ache. Psalm 3. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Waiting becomes sacred when you realize you are not idle. You are being watched over, kept safe until the moment of rising. Psalm. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. Trust does not mean fear disappears. It means fear no longer rules. Trust holds the hand that fear tried to sever. Psalm 11. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live. His word is not just literature, it is life itself. It lifts you when you cannot stand, and breathes you back into being. Psalm. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In trouble you are not exposed, you are embraced. Heaven builds a shelter you cannot see, but will always feel. Psalm 1. This is my comfort in my affliction, for thy word hath quickened me. When affliction darkens your path, God's word lights a fire within, small at first, but enough to stir life back into weary bone. Psalm. The Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart. He does not wait for you to be whole before coming close. He draws near in the very moment your soul shatters. Psalm. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Light doesn't mean the absence of shadows. It means you're never walking through them alone. Psalm 9. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. Protection surrounds you, even when unseen. God appoints guardians for every path you walk, even the ones that feel uncertain. Psalm 1. The Lord lifteth up the meek. He casteth the wicked down to the ground. Humility doesn't go unnoticed in heaven. In a world that rewards pride, God lifts those who choose gentleness. Psalm 1. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Deep peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It flows from clinging to divine truth when all else changes. Psalm. And he hath put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Every deliverance rewrites your story, and with it a new melody is born, one that only grace could compose. Psalm 1. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. God's protection never blinks, never sleeps. Even when you forget him, he is remembering you. Psalm 8. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. If it's withheld, it's not good yet. He gives only what will bless, never what will burden you too soon. Psalm 2. Shew me thy ways, O Lord, teach me thy paths. Life is not just about movement, it's about direction. Ask, and the Spirit will gently realign your steps to match your purpose. Psalm 1. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. Sometimes you must remind your soul, you are not empty. God has been good. Breathe, and come home to peace. Psalm. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Intimacy with God is not a visit, it is a dwelling. Find your resting place in his shadow. Psalm 1. It is good for me that I have been afflicted. Some pain is a doorway. It leads to wisdom, to stillness, to a place where God becomes all you have and all you need. Psalm 8. For thou, Lord, art good, and ready to forgive. He is not slow to pardon. The moment your heart turns, His mercy rushes in, not reluctant, but rejoicing. Psalm 7. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. When the physical fails and emotions run thin, God becomes the inner pillar, the unseen strength that carries you. Psalm 5. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Your rescue does not require elaborate prayers, just a call. He responds to desperation as quickly as devotion. Psalm 6. Truly my soul waiteth upon God. From Him cometh my salvation. Wait not in worry, but in worship. What comes from Him is not rushed, but right. Psalm 9. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. Growth may not always be fast, but it is rooted. You are rising, even when no one sees it yet. Psalm 6. Thou, which hast showed me great and sore troubles, shalt quicken me again. The God who allows you to walk through fire is the same God who breathes you back to life afterward. Psalm 1. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. Nothing is unfinished in His hands. What concerns you is already in the process of divine completion. Psalm 2. He shall set me up upon a rock. When the waves crash, He doesn't just steady you, He elevates you above what threatened to drown you. Psalm 3. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for Him. Rest is trust in motion. Waiting isn't idle. It's the posture of a heart that believes without needing evidence. Psalm 1. Order my steps in Thy word. Let each decision, each direction, be drenched in light. His word isn't just knowledge, it's guidance, precise and personal. Psalm. As for God, His way is perfect. The detour, the delay, the doors closed, they are not flaws in the plan. They are proof of perfection we do not yet understand. Psalms. For Thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower. The storms may repeat, but so does His shelter. You've made it before, you'll stand again. Psalm. The Lord is good to all, and His tender mercies are over all His works. His mercy touches everything. Nothing in your life is beyond His reach or beneath His kindness. Psalm 9. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. You don't have to defend yourself. God stands between you and the assault, seen or unseen. Psalm. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Pursue Him first, and provision follows. His goodness fills every true need. Psalm. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable. Your speech becomes sacred when it flows from a surrendered heart. Let even your thoughts be worship. Psalm. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed. He sees when you are pushed down. He hears the quiet suffering, and He becomes your sanctuary. Psalm. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Not just your body, not just your days, but your very soul is held in the hands of a God who never sleeps, nor stumbles. Psalm 30. Thou hast magnified Thy word above all Thy name. His promises are not light words. When God speaks, the heavens remember. What He says over you is greater than what fear whispered. Psalm 2. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. There is no lack when He leads. His presence is provision, and where He walks with you, emptiness must lead. Psalm. In God I will praise His word. In God I have put my trust. Faith isn't blind, it's rooted in truth, anchored in the words of a God who has never lied. Psalm. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Even your missteps, even the delays, they're not wasted. God choreographs each step into a larger dance of redemption. Psalm 7. But I am poor and needy. Make haste unto me, O God. The Lord is quick to help, not slow. He doesn't wait for your strength. He responds to your surrender. Psalm 1. Unless thy law had been my delights, I should then have perished in mine affliction. It wasn't ease that saved you, it was his truth. It was light that refused to go out. Psalm 1:8. This is the day which the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Today is not a mistake, it's a divine appointment, a moment created with you in mind. Psalm 6. My soul thirsteth for thee, my flesh longeth for thee, in a dry and thirsty land. Desire for God does not always feel poetic. It often rises in the desert, where nothing else satisfies. Psalm 3. Oh, how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee. God stores blessings like treasure, hidden until the moment your heart is ready to receive. Psalm 9. O satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Mercy in the morning, fresh, undiminished, and waiting to fill every room of your day. Psalm. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor. You are never alone in your low moments. God doesn't just see you, he stands with you in the shadow. Psalm. Yet the Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me. There is no hour he forgets you. His kindness moves with the sun, and his songs fill the dark. Psalm 2. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Help doesn't always come how you expect, but when trust leads, help always arrives. Psalm. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Obedience isn't about control, it's about closeness. The will of God is where your soul finds its rhythm. Psalm. Let thy mercy, O Lord, be upon us, according as we hope in thee. Hope invites mercy, and the deeper the hope, the wider the door that mercy walks through. Psalm 11. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. When your heart recalls his promises, hope is reborn, sometimes trembling, but still alive. Psalm 12. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. Reverence becomes revelation. When you stand in awe, the path becomes clearer. Psalm 12. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Belief kept you from collapse, and that same belief still opens your eyes to miracles around the corner. Psalm 5. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous, with favor wilt thou compass him, as with a shield. Favor is not always loud. It is quiet protection, unseen detours, and timely blessings. Psalm 8. In the day of my trouble I will call upon thee, for thou wilt answer me. He does not ignore the cries of his children. Even in trouble, your voice moves heaven. Psalm 3. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Grief has a curfew. It is allowed for a time, but joy is scheduled to rise, unstoppable as dawn. Psalm 1. My goodness, and my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer. God is more than one thing. He is everything your heart could possibly need, wrapped in power and kindness. Psalm. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest. Forgiveness is not delayed. It is delivered in full the moment repentance opens the heart. Psalm. Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him. Falling is not failure when God's hand is beneath you. What held you up last time will not fail you now. Psalm 11. Let, I pray thee, thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. Comfort isn't found in distractions. It flows from his kindness poured out over every aching place. Psalm. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him. You are surrounded even when you feel alone. Heaven stations its warriors at your door. Psalm. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. His help is not theoretical, it is present, real, and near. Trouble does not get the final word. Psalm 11. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live. The word doesn't just inspire, it sustains. It lifts the soul when nothing else can. Psalm 11. Thou answerest me, and strengthenest me, with strength in my soul. The strength he gives is not muscle, it is endurance of heart, courage in stillness, peace in pressure. Psalm 1. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. You may tremble, but you will not fall. His grip is steady when yours is weak. Psalm 6. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Hope is not blind. It hides itself in the one who has never failed. Psalm 1. He healeth the broken in heart, and bindeth up their wounds. God's touch is not just powerful, it's tender. He doesn't rush past your pain. He stays to mend it. Psalm 3. Psalm 4. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Strength doesn't always come before the battle. Sometimes it shows up right in the middle. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope thou in God. Even the soul must be reminded, despair is not your home. Hope still lives. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. You don't need to knock on heaven's door. It's already open. He is your dwelling place. Psalm 7. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. You are not out of light. The flame is small, but it still burns, and God will breathe it back to life. Psalm 1. Psalm 8. Psalm 1. Blessed is the man whose strength is in thee. When God becomes your strength, exhaustion loses its grip. You go on, not because of willpower, but because of presence. I wait for the Lord. My soul doth wait, and in his word do I hope. Waiting is not wasting. It is sacred. It is full of divine timing, laced with unseen preparation. Psalm 1. I have set the Lord always before me. Because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. Eyes fixed on God are eyes that don't panic. Stability flows from where your focus rests. Psalm 7. Psalm 1. But it is good for me to draw near to God. Nearness to God doesn't eliminate pain, but it transforms it. Suffering with him becomes sacred. The entrance of thy words giveth light. Let his words walk into your heart like morning light through a cracked window, gentle, golden, awakening. Psalm 9. In the multitude of my thoughts within me, thy comforts delight my soul. When the mind races, his comfort settles like a warm hand on a restless heart. Psalm 2. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Even before you speak, he hears. Even before the battle begins, your defender stands ready. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness. God doesn't just end things, he finishes them with favor. Even this year will carry blessing you didn't expect. Psalm 6. Psalm 4. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. You were not made to carry it all. Some things must be laid down so his strength can rise up. Psalm 4. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. Love for God is not unnoticed, it unlocks deliverance. Heaven moves for the heart that cling. Psalm 9. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. His presence isn't just a feeling, it's a shield. And in his nearness, nothing can reach you without permission. Psalm 20. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Overwhelm is not the end, it's the turning point. There is always a rock higher than the storm. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. A whisper is enough. You don't have to shout to be heard. Heaven is already leaning in. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth. Even the long detours, even the closed doors, they are paths still paved with mercy. Psalm 1. Psalm 9. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. His words don't just instruct, they transform. One verse can rebuild a tired spirit. Psalms, He brought me forth, also into a large place. He delivered me, because He delighted in me. God doesn't just rescue, He expands. Deliverance leads to wide spaces you couldn't reach alone. By Thee have I been holden up from the womb. Before you knew His name, He held your life. His hand has been on you since the beginning. Psalm, trust in the Lord, and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land. Trust is not passive, it births action. Even small obedience plants roots in promised ground. Psalm, Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. The same floor where you wept will one day echo with joy. God rewrites sorrow into celebration, because Thy loving kindness is better than life. Nothing you crave compares to the nearness of His love. It is breath to the soul and balm to the spirit. Psalm 60. I waited patiently for the Lord, and He inclined unto me. He bent low to hear you. God is not distant. He draws near to those who wait. Psalm 9. Restore unto me the joy of Thy salvation. Joy can return. Even after the fall, even after silence, restoration is not beyond reach. It's what God does best. Psalm, and they that know Thy name will put their trust in Thee. To know His name is to trust His nature, and His nature is goodness, always goodness. The Lord is good to all, and His tender mercies are over all His works. No corner of your life is left untouched by His kindness. Even the silent days are wrapped in quiet mercy. Psalm 1. But Thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory, and a lifter up of mine head. He is not just behind you, He is around you, covering the parts of you that have grown tired of pretending to be strong. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Light always comes for those who wait. Fear retreats when God is near. Psalm 3. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and His ears are open unto their cry. You have never prayed into emptiness. His gaze is upon you, His ears ready for even your silent tears. Psalm 103. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear Him. He knows your limits. He understands your weariness, and His compassion does not grow tired. Psalm 3. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. He counts your days not as fleeting minutes, but as precious steps toward eternal purpose. Psalm 8. For Thou, Lord, art good, and ready to forgive. Forgiveness is not a process with Him, it is a posture. His heart leans toward mercy before you even speak. Psalm 1. This is my comfort in my affliction, for Thy word hath quickened me. His word isn't distant, it breathes. It finds the fragile places in you and whispers them back to life. Psalm 4. Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away, and be at rest. God sees the part of you that longs to escape, but instead of flight, He gives you refuge. Psalm 11. Our soul waiteth for the Lord. He is our help and our shield. Even in stillness, help is forming, shielding is happening. Waiting is not weakness, it is reverent strength. Great peace have they which love Thy law, and nothing shall offend them. When your soul is rooted in truth, offense loses its grip. Peace grows deeper than pain. Psalm 1. The Lord upholdeth all that fall. There is no shame in collapsing when the arms beneath you are eternal. Psalm 20. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear Him. God doesn't just guide, He confides. Intimacy with Him opens you to whispers not everyone can hear. Psalms. Lord, all my desire is before Thee, and my groaning is not hid from Thee. You don't have to explain it all. He already knows, and He listens with love. Psalm. We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out into a wealthy place. After the flood, after the fire, there is spaciousness, a place of depth, of new peace. Psalm 8, who passing through the valley of Baca, make it a well. Even in the valley of tears, you can leave behind a well, proof that sorrow watered something sacred in you. Psalm, O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. The cry was enough. He didn't need perfection, only honesty, and healing met you in that moment. Psalm 1. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. Your weeping is not in vain. It plants what joy will one day harvest. And now, Lord, what wait I for? My hope is in thee. When everything else proves fragile, hope in God stands firm, anchored beyond the chaos. Psalm 1. He will regard the prayer of the destitute. God listens most intently to the desperate. When pride falls away, his nearness comes in like rain. Psalm 9. The Lord also will be a refuge for the oppressed, a refuge in times of trouble. Refuge is not a theory, it is a place, a person, a presence that never flees. Psalm 8. Psalm 11. Blessed is the people that know the joyful sound. They shall walk, O Lord, in the light of thy countenance. There is music only the soul can hear, and those who know it walk in light. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes. Pain has a way of teaching what prosperity cannot, and its lessons draw you closer to the heart of God. Psalm, for with thee is the fountain of life. In thy light shall we see light. Everything begins to make sense in his glow. His light reveals, heals, and revives. Psalm, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Heaven is not on delay. Your call is answered, even before you finish the prayer. Psalm, thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and a light unto my path. You don't need to see the whole road. The lamp is enough for the next step. He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, and set my feet upon a rock, from chaos to clarity, from sinking to standing. He brings you out to lift you up. Psalms, I will remember the works of the Lord. Memory is a form of worship. When you look back with gratitude, your faith grows. Psalm 1. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits. Sometimes praise is an act of remembering, and memory fuels trust. Psalm 2. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. Courage isn't loud. Sometimes it's just choosing to wait again. O God, thou art my God, early will I seek thee. In the quiet of morning, or the silence of sorrow, seeking God becomes your anchor. His presence waits for you like light before sunrise. Psalm 6. Psalm 70. My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart. Even when your own strength gives out, divine strength takes over. He doesn't just support, you become sustained from within. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my God. Guidance is not only about direction, it's about transformation. His will gently reshapes your desires into peace. Psalm 1. Psalms. The counsel of the Lord standeth forever. You don't have to fear shifting winds. The words of man fade, but God's plan for your life is unshakable. Psalm, for thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. You've survived storms not by accident, but by shelter. He is not just your safety, he is your stronghold. Psalm, the statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. Sometimes joy returns not through circumstances, but through rediscovered truth. Psalm 9. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. You don't stand alone. Heaven is not neutral. It is for you, with you, surrounding you. Oh, satisfy us early with thy mercy. A heart that wakes up in mercy walks lighter through the day. Let his love be the first thing you feel. Psalm 3. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Nothing is random. not even the detours, even here, especially here, God is leading you. Yet the Lord will command his loving kindness in the daytime, and in the night his song shall be with me. His love does not clock out. His melody never stops, even in the dark. I love the Lord, because he hath heard my voice. Love flows from being heard, and your voice has reached the ear of God. Every word, every sigh. Psalm 100. He will regard the prayer of the destitute, and not despise their prayer. Desperation is not disgraceful to God, it's sacred. Your broken prayer is welcome at his throne. Psalm 7. Thou, which hast showed me great and sore troubles, shalt quicken me again. What you've been through will not end in ruin. Revival is already in motion. It is God that girdeth me with strength, and maketh my way perfect. You're not navigating life alone. Strength is being woven into you, moment by moment. Psalm 1. The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him. You don't have to earn closeness. Just call. He is already near. Wait. Psalm 4. But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. You are not common. You are called. Your life has been carved for divine use. Psalm 6. Psalm 1. Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer. Even when others grew tired of your voice, heaven stayed attentive. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. You don't always see the battles he's already won for you, but your preservation is no accident, and he hath put a new song in my mouth. There will come a day when sadness gives way to melody. The same voice that cried will one day praise again. Psalm 1. Who redeemeth thy life from destruction, who crowneth thee with loving kindness. You're not just rescued, you're crowned. God doesn't leave you at survival. He lifts you to honor. Psalm 3. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. Guidance from God is not distant, it's daily. He is a gentle teacher who walks beside you. She me a token for good. Sometimes you just need a sign, and God, in his mercy, knows when to send one. Psalm 1. Thy kingdom is an everlasting kingdom. Earthly structures crumble, but his reign is not seasonal. It's eternal. Anchor yourself in what cannot be shaken. Psalm 1. And I will walk at liberty, for I seek thy precepts. There is freedom in truth. The more you seek his way, the less you are bound by the weight of this world. Psalm 9. But the Lord is my defense, and my God is the rock of my refuge. Even when falsely accused, abandoned, or misunderstood, he is your defender. Let him speak for you. I will praise thee, O Lord, with my whole heart. Worship is not a performance, it's a posture of honesty. Give him all of you, and he'll give you peace. Psalm 1. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. If he created the galaxies, surely your needs are not too small for his hands. For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous, with favor wilt thou compass him. You are surrounded not by enemies, but by favor. Even in unseen ways, God's grace is enclosing you. Psalm 6. In thy presence is fullness of joy. Everything you've been searching for is already in the place where God dwells. Joy is not distant, it lives in nearness. Psalm 1. Let I pray thee thy merciful kindness be for my comfort. Kindness from God is not casual, it's healing. It comes exactly when your heart cannot hold one more weight. Psalm 9. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord, held me up. Even in your faltering, his hand found you. Mercy met you where strength ended. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. The desire to please God is itself a prayer, one he honors deeply. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. Expectations built on people may disappoint, but those rooted in God never return empty. Psalm 6, Psalm 20, Psalm 8. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Shadows cannot harm you when the shepherd walks beside you. Bow down thine ear, O Lord, hear me, for I am poor and needy. The King of glory bends low when you whisper. He doesn't ignore the quiet cry. Psalm 1. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seek his face evermore. You don't just need answers, you need his face, and his strength is found in seeking. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. Deliverance doesn't always come by removing the fear, but by replacing it with presence. Psalm. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. He not only listens, he attends. He leans in with care, like a father to his child. And let the beauty of the Lord our God be upon us. His beauty doesn't just surround, it settles. It rests on the broken and makes them shine. Psalm. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Affliction does not mean abandonment. Every trial still bows to his hand. He sent his word, and healed them, and delivered them from their destructions. His word travels farther than medicine. It enters places human hands can't touch. Psalm 8. In my distress I called upon the Lord, and my cry came before him. Your pain does not echo into emptiness. It reaches the throne of God. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Even when you lost grip, he didn't. He walked beside you through it all. Psalm 70. Psalm 3. For in thee, O Lord, do I hope thou wilt hear. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is rooted in the certainty of being heard. Psalm. The Lord lifteth up the meek. He casteth the wicked down to the ground. Heaven has seen every injustice, and it is not silent. The meek will be lifted. Psalm 3. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. You are not invisible. God has considered what others overlook. Psalm. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Some renewals don't come from rest, but from surrender. Let him make you new. Psalm 11. The Lord hath been mindful of us. He will bless us. You have not been forgotten. God's memory holds every need, every tear, every desire. Psalm 3. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me. God doesn't just fix the storm. Sometimes he shelters you right in the middle of it. Psalm 7. They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. Lack doesn't mean absence, it means preparation. Every good thing comes on holy timing. Keep me as the apple of the eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wings. You are not just protected, you are precious. You are watched with divine care. Psalm 2. Thou hast beset me behind and before, and laid thine hand upon me. You are surrounded. Nothing can approach you without going through God first. Psalm 3. Now know I that the Lord saveth his anointed. You are marked, set apart. Heaven watches over those it has chosen. Psalm. To shew forth thy loving kindness in the morning. His love has a schedule. Every morning it arrives new, like sunlight over a weary land. Psalm 1. The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. God does not leave you halfway. What he starts, he completes, with beauty, not. Psalm 8. That thou mayest give him rest from the days of adversity. Even your hardest seasons come with scheduled rest. God never lets trouble write the final sentence. Be merciful unto me, O Lord, for I cry unto thee daily. Don't be ashamed of repeated prayers. Each one adds to the river that will one day flood with answers. Psalm 9. Psalm. Yea, the darkness hideth not from thee. Even when you cannot see him, he sees you clearly. There is no hiding from his light. Psalm. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Rest is not passive, it is trust in motion, a quiet surrender, not defeat. Psalm 8. O Lord God of hosts, who is a strong Lord like unto thee? You have tried leaning on your own strength. Now let him carry you with it. Psalm 2. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. Truth is not just a concept, it's a path, and every step with God is a lesson in peace. Psalm. In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me. There is power in simply being heard, and heaven never leaves you the same after you call. Psalm. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord. Hope is sometimes all that holds us up, and that hope is never wasted. Psalm 5. Be merciful unto me, O God. Yea, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge. Shadows become sanctuaries when they belong to God. Psalm 8. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. If it's delayed, it's not denied. His timing is rooted in wisdom, not distant. Psalm. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. The world may spin fast, but you have a shelter untouched by its storms. Psalm 7. It is good for me to draw near to God. Nearness to God doesn't solve everything, but it makes everything sacred. Psalm 1. I wait for the Lord, my soul doth wait, and in his word do I hope. Waiting is not absence, it is the soil where miracles are being rooted. Psalm 1. Thou art my hiding place, and my shield. His protection is not just defense, it is embrace. He hides you in love. Psalm 1. As for God, his way is perfect. When you cannot trace his steps, trust his character. His perfection needs no proof. Psalm 9. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. Tenderness and strength meet in his covering. You are never exposed. Psalm 106. He maketh the storm a calm, so that the waves thereof are still. God doesn't just watch the storm, he stills it with one breath. Psalm. My voice shalt thou hear in the morning, and will look up. Let your first breath each day be one of surrender, and he will meet you there. Psalm 1. I have called upon thee, for thou wilt hear me. Confidence doesn't always feel loud. Sometimes it's a whisper that knows it's being heard. Psalm 1. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind, lifteth up them that are bowed down. He sees the things you've grown numb to, and he gently lifts what bent you. Psalm 2. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him. Strength flows when trust is placed in divine hands. Even a tired heart can rest there. Psalm 2. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. There is a defense that doesn't wear armor, but speaks the name above every name. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? Hope thou in God. Remind yourself of your source. Depression is not your home. Hope. Psalm 1. Thou openest thine hand, and satisfiest the desire of every living thing. Your deepest need is not forgotten. God opens his hand in response to your hunger. Psalm 11. Trust in him at all times. Pour out your heart before him. There's no wrong way to pray. Just be honest, and heaven will respond. Thy word hath quickened me. When nothing else can revive you, his word breathes again into your weary places. Psalm. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. You don't have to feel brave. Just choose it, and watch strength follow. Psalm. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Every night has a morning, every tear has an answer. Be thou my strong habitation, whereunto I may continually resort. When you need a place to collapse and heal, he becomes that place daily, endlessly. Psalm 3. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard him. You don't need eloquence, just honesty, and that alone shakes heaven. Psalm 3.